Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what I believe is the latest channel update ever. Even my channel update when I hurt myself in the accident last year was actually on the 12th, not the 16th or whenever this manages to get done. I'm recording it on the 16th at least, so hey, that's something. Anyway, this is incredibly late. We're going to talk about why. Of course, we're going to talk about snapshot videos and how they need to change. We're also going to talk a little bit about legacy, we're going to talk about the Charity Limestream, we're going to talk about the stats of the channel for YouTube and for Twitch, and we're going to talk about the fan server. Strap in, buckle up, here we go. Okay, so why is this channel update so late? The simple answer is, I have been entirely exhausted and incredibly bogged down with a lot of stuff. And just before Easter, kiddo got sick with a cold, and I caught that, and it's kind of lingered, and yeah, I'm needing a lot more sleep, and it just doesn't seem to want to fully exit my system, so it's been rough a little bit lately, and it's been hard to keep up. Yeah, there's also a bunch of stuff happening in the background, the preparations for other stuff, some pretty awesome stuff, but it's still stuff that just takes work and haven't been able to show it. So one aspect of that is of course work, and as you all probably saw by now, the big announcement about the Caves and Cliffs update being split into two parts is probably a hint as to why. Work has been intense lately, and of course that does impact how I feel. I've not really had a long vacation for a long time, where I didn't also get sick. So that is also playing its part, I'm sure. Now, I was sort of starting to feel like I was catching up, and then something happened. That something was Snapshot 21W13A. Why in particular that one? Well, the snapshot video for that turned out to be 19 minutes long, and then the technical video is an additional 8 minutes. They came out unusually late. The snapshot video came out the day after, and the technical video came out on the Friday, despite the snapshot being out on the Wednesday. Why? What happened? Well, basically, it took me an enormously long time to make those videos. It took me in total, I think, about 14 hours to make the first snapshot video, and then an additional bunch of hours to make the technical one. So I probably worked more than 2 regular full-time days on making those videos. Why is it taking so long? Well, because I've upped my production values of those things, the quality of those things, and the thoroughness I do them with along the way. If you go back a while, you see that I had clips of many of the bugs. They were after each other, and if you actually look at it, it's probably a clip of every third bug or so, because there are a lot of smaller bugs I didn't capture. The more recent videos have side-by-side comparisons of almost everything, and that means a lot more clips to capture, and a lot more scenarios to set up. So I could go back to lower quality videos, of course, but that, as you might understand, is not my primary option. At the same time, it is clear that I cannot continue this. The only reason this snapshot video came out that week at all was because, as by a stroke of luck, I had the day after off. So I could essentially spend 8 hours on that day working on a snapshot video instead of working at work. And in fact, this video took so long to make that even if I had worked through the night without sleeping, I would not have been able to complete it by the time it was time for me to get back to work the next day. So there aren't enough hours in a day for me to complete videos on time with the current method I'm using. Something has to change. Why, if this just happened once? Because it happened because a snapshot contained a lot of bug fixes. Ironically, the ones that contain a lot of bug fixes that are small things are harder for me to make or take longer for me to make than the big snapshots that introduce new cool things, because those tend to be a few big changes, whereas the bug fixes are a ton of small changes. There were more than 100 bug fixes in that snapshot. And if you think about it, where are we right now? Well, we're coming up on the end of a snapshot cycle and starting to head towards a release this summer. That means snapshots are going to start containing less and less new features and more new bug fixes, meaning that from this point going forwards, things are likely to get worse. Much worse, in fact, rather than better. So what do we do about it? The idea that I'm toying with is, well, I'm simply asking for help. One of the things that takes a lot of time for me in making the snapshot videos is setting up scenarios to show off all the things. Well, what if I set up a server where a few people I trust could hang out with me on a Wednesday afternoon or evening or whatever night, help out in grabbing the different bugs and changes and setting up scenarios where we can show them off. And then when I actually have all the recorded video and stuff, it will be quicker for me to actually capture clips. So the idea here is, whenever there's a snapshot, I would have a snapshot server running of the previous snapshot, spin up a snapshot server of the new snapshot on the same seed so that we can go to the same location in both versions, set up the same scenario on both servers, and then record one clip from each. And then whoever set up that scenario for a certain line in the changelog or for a certain bug could tell me where the setup is for this thing, and we could record it. And then at the end of this we could do some cool shots of all of us on the server in the snapshot together to round out the video. And then I guess when I'm making the video I'll probably be streaming my editing window over Discord or something, and we can all see what the progress is going on. But I don't really have the details of this all nailed down. This is new for me as it is for you. But I figure it's worth a shot before I go with plan B, which would be basically just make the videos worse again. That is the best idea I have, but of course it hinges on some of you fine folks being willing to help, and that is going to take a fair bit of time. I hope that there are some of you who want to do so, and if you are interested, please let me know in the Discord server, because that's probably where we would be hanging out. I want to have this be a slightly smaller circle of people, so that there are people I know and that I trust. Anyway, if you're interested, head on over to the Discord and let me know. I'll be posting something there too, so I'll let you know where and how to sign up for this trial run. Anyway, that's it about snapshots. Let's talk about more things. Let's talk about Legacy. Legacy is going fine. Some people have been off the server for a while, but then are coming back. We've seen Skiz come back on the server, apparently being possessed by some demonic thing and having it use your vessel to build stuff for 17 hours is apparently also very tiring. I also really appreciate all this amazing fan art and all of the appreciation that have been shown around the whole events that have gone down on the server. I am super grateful for all of it. I still love Legacy, and I'm still 100% dedicated to making Legacy an awesome place for ever, I guess. There have been a lot of requests for a tutorial about the elevator that I made in the latest episode of Legacy. That is also coming up. I just need to find some time to record that and put it together. But yes, that is coming. Now, what about the Charity Limestream? In the previous channel update I mentioned that I couldn't do it when I had initially planned because of all of the stuff going on. I think maybe it's more clear why now. But also, it's almost at the end of April, where I said that I tried to push it to, so obviously it's not happening at the end of April either. Now, when can it happen? I don't know. But also, I'm not ready to just give up on a main Charity Limestream for yet another year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep pushing this forward until I feel like I find an okay place to plan it in. It won't happen in April, maybe it'll happen in May, who knows. Keep your eyes and ears open for more news about the Charity Limestream, I guess. Let's talk about stats about how things are going. Starting with YouTube, that slowed down a ton. I was hoping to reach 50,000, much sooner because the trajectories were looking pretty good, and then the subs and channel stuff took a nosedive once again. The good news is, we've hit 50,000 subs. It's awesome. That is amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. The bad news is, YouTube has been, as it is notorious for, very mean about publishing my videos lately. Both the slicer episodes of Legacy, according to what YouTube says, what you want to have on an episode is high click-through rate, high engagement, and long watch times. Those episodes had all three, much better than my average videos, and yet still, YouTube did not push these videos to people's homes. I am immensely grateful for the other legates helping push my videos, and for people helping out getting these videos visible, because otherwise they would have completely sank. They are still, sadly, some of my worst performing videos, even though the disaster is not as grave anymore. But YouTube is just completely random. I guess given all the stuff that's going on, what I should be doing is trying my very best to just abuse the heck out of YouTube's systems, because nothing else seems to be mattering, nothing else helps. Despite doing everything that YouTube says that this is what you should do, guess all I need to do is make a ton of polls in the community page and switch my channel to being a shorts channel or something. Maybe I should just go TikTok, who knows. Anyway, YouTube is a roller coaster. YouTube is hard to work with as emotionally, because you feel like you're doing everything right and then YouTube just pulls the rug underneath you. And yeah, I'm gonna continue grinding and continue going with YouTube, but honestly, I've given up on trying to predict how well I'm doing and where things are going. I guess things are going upwards, so that's good, but like, I don't know what to do really. The only thing I can keep doing is making news videos, because those are the only thing that really reliably helps. Anyway, sorry about the rant. It is immensely frustrating sometimes to put 40 hours into a video and then have YouTube not even show it to the people who subscribe to the channel. Incredibly disappointing. Let's talk about Twitch. Twitch is doing absolutely fine. Twitch is much more reliable. Twitch actually seems to be pushing creators to people who are interested in them, and it's great to see. All of my stats, if you exclude the bump of that raid from the Minecraft Live restream, have been just continuously looking up. It is really, really going well. I am super, super grateful. Chat interaction is always amazing. The community that exists around the channel is so wholesome and so great, and I'm just loving every second of it. At least when it comes to stats and the way they drive traffic to channels, like, I show up on recommended for people, and people will join in and say, hey, I found your channel on recommended, and I'm loving it, and it feels so good. I don't know what to say. It feels great. So I know I've missed a stream or two. I'm trying my best to put in extra streams to sort of make up for that, but overall, Twitch has just been a lovely old time, and I definitely am going to keep doing 3 streams a week. And yeah, twitch.tv/slicedlime, folks. There's lots more Sliced Lime content there to get. If you are not in a time zone where you can watch live, the VODs are always up afterwards. That's video on demand, which is basically just the video archive. Also, I upload all the archives a bit later to my second channel called Lime Uncut. You'll find a link to that in the iCard, and there's also a link under every video I make. So if you ever want to go there, just look at the description of my videos and click over to Lime Uncut. And yeah, every single archive there, and that channel is actually approaching the 1000 sub mark, which is where I'll be able to re-monetize that channel, because it was monetized way back, but got kicked out of the partner program when YouTube randomly remade their terms. Sorry, I feel like I'm on a YouTube rant this time. Let's talk about one more thing, that's the fan server. The fan server, as many of you know, have been stuck on 1.16.1 since one of our moderation plugins is no longer supported. We've been twisting and turning and trying to figure out what to do with this, and now we have an option. That means we are likely to upgrade soon to 1.16.5. This is also pressured a little bit by some recent very bad performance issues we've had on the server. I've been trying to pinpoint what that is. I've lifted off some other stuff off the machine to reserve more of the power just for the fan server, but I'm still not entirely certain. The good news is that with the new option, it looks like we will be able to move to a fabric setup on the fan server. And that means that we can run the performance mods that exist for fabric on the server side, which should make the server run much smoother. And these performance mods are known to not affect gameplay like something like Paper does. So look forward to that. I'll put an announcement in the fan server channel and probably in the announcement channel on the Discord server once we are ready to move ahead with that. It should be a fairly quick thing, but given that we're completely switching a bunch of things surrounding it, who knows, we might have some downtime while we're switching over. But I'll try to find time to do that soon. I'm also trying to wrestle some time off of work so that I can catch up a little bit more on things, including myself and sleep, but also the channel. Anyway, I need to stop talking now, or I'll probably just keep ranting about YouTube. Thank you so much, everybody. I do appreciate all your support. 50,000 is an amazing milestone. I have always said that, hey, if I hit 100,000 on this channel, then regardless of what else happens, I will consider that a success. And it looks like that might be a possibility. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Slicedlime out.